सर आप फोन में मत देखना प्लीज।
हाँ मैं नहीं देखूँगा। नमस्कार, गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स। टुडे, now and here you are going to see, you are going to listen exclusive classes of English in Hanumangarh on ePay learning app. It is the exclusive and mind-blowing, incomparable institute in Hanumangarh that will provide you fundamentals and concept of English grammar. Grammatically, students learn. There are two kinds of grammar. First is that permanent sort of grammar, permanent parts of speech. That contains noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, article. Basically, when we speak about these different parts, then we discuss, we start definition from the word. A word. We start from a word. A word that we use for any person, place or thing, that is called noun. A word that we use for the noun, that is called pronoun. So fundamentally, I would like to explain this thing to all of you, that there are two kinds of grammar that we study. At our school level, we have studied parts of speech, different parts of speech. We have studied that parts of speech will help you to understand the language correctly and accurately. What are the parts of speech? In English grammar, we start these parts of speech from noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, determiner, what are these? How many are these? Yes, students, you are watching these 8 parts of speech. We time and again continue, please. Continue.
स्टार्ट करेंगे।
Yes.
Word clear.
Clean.
Yes. Okay. Introduction देना है। ये आगे का नाम है।
अच्छा। अरे हाथ नहीं लगा। इसे आप कुछ कर रहे हो।
कोई बात नहीं सर, एक बार यही कर लो।
Good morning.
नाउन निकाल।
हाँ,
नाउन।
यार एक नाउन नहीं, सारे एक बार ना जनरल टॉपिक आएगा, सबका जनरलाइजेशन कर दूंगा, ठीक है?
चलो ये स्टार्ट।
हाँ। Good morning. Good morning, students. Nice to see you, nice to listen you. Today it is very nice time, nice place, nice section of listening about English grammar with 100% present sense of mind. It will provide you a lot of knowledge about the words, about ideas that are required basically for listening, speaking, reading and writing. When a learner, when a scholar starts learning, first idea that comes in our mind, how do we explain? That is the form of affirmative kind of sentence, assertive kind of sentence, positive kind of sentence, that is known as simple sentence. So first idea that directly comes in our mind, we say it in the different books, different names. With the different names, we call it. Students, those who are preparing for different type of competitions, whether you are preparing IAS competition, IPS or any banking exam or IELTS, or if you are the beginner and starter of learning the language, firstly you are to know that how to start listening, how to start reading, how to start speaking, how to start write. These are the 4 modules of English language that we are to learn basically. Fundamentally, we are to make it clear. There are 2 kinds of grammar in English. One is that noun. One is that noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, determiners. Students, you are watching, there are 8 number of parts of speeches. There are 8 parts of speech in English that we have learned. Noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, determiners and articles. These are the basics of English grammar. These are known as parts of speech. How do we start to define these parts of speech? How do we start defining the noun? Initially, we use the a word. We say a word. Pronoun is a word. Adjective is a word. Adverb is a word. Preposition is a word. Yes. Conjunction is a word. Determiner is a word. And article is a word. These are the basic permanent words of English grammar that we use for listening, reading, writing and learning English accurately and correctly. These words help us in learning English. These words, which are the permanent words, and in other words we can say these words are permanent, stable, unchangeable. These words creates music and magic in language. The learner becomes simple, common, easy in speaking, in reading, writing and listening of English. When he will go through these words, when a scholar will know accurately and correctly about the word, how to define a word, how to define a word, when to define a word, where to define a word, how to define a word. These are some questions raises in the minds of the scholar. When his mind gets the answer of these questions, then automatically we get the processing of the words and we start speaking well, we start reading well, we start writing well, and we start learning well, accurately and correctly. So ladies and gentlemen, professionals, for all of you, those who are trying to understand the English language, they must think in English. It's the matter of thinking. Very simple words we use in English, we have learned in English from our school level, but we forget. Why do we forget them? Because we haven't worked on them. We haven't used any task for them. We have not used them fundamentally and practically, experimentally. If we will use them, we will make sentences on them. We will try to define objects around us. Whatsoever we are watching and observing around us, we can easily speak at least 10 lines and 2 to 5 minutes easily we can speak on them. How we cannot speak well? Because we are confined just up to our book's knowledge. We think that when we close the book, it means our mind has been closed. It's not the practical thing about the language. Language is to speak. Language is to use practically and fundamentally. Whenever you will know about the ins and outs of the language, then definitely you will be able to explain, you will be able to describe, you will be able to define any unknown thing and any unwatched thing, unread thing, unseen things. Invisible things you can define just by your imagination. This is your power of imagination that will tell you how to explain, how to think, how to describe. But it is the great thing if you have the energy in your mind, if you are full of energy, then you will use this energy in the right direction. And this energy will help you in speaking, reading, writing English language well. When a learner starts speaking, then it means not that why he is to use the same sentences, same words daily. It is essentially necessary because these words give us power to speak. Whenever we imagine, whenever we think the word, then this word creates the thought, and by creating the thoughts, we assemble a different type of ideas and we try to compose different type of writings in English. So students, scholars, learners, I Dr. Rakesh, who has done masters, philosophy, doctorate in English words, in English language, sometimes it becomes the confusion of the students. Doctorate means how to conduct with the words. Doctorate means how to treat with the words. When a scholar learns, then he is given doctorate. So everyone is the doctor of his physical body. It is said that 90% you are the doctor of your body. You know all the illnesses, weaknesses of your language, and you himself can improve just by diagnosing it, just by treating it well. So gentlemen, those who are preparing for their competition, being a competitor, they must be able to use the words by going through the reading passage. Whenever a reader starts reading the passage, he goes through the different type of parts of speech. He tries to understand what is the word, when the word we are being used, where the word is being used, how the word is being used, and why the word is being used. Many questions raises in his mind and he gets the answer automatically from his mind. But when we will let the mind free, when we will let the body free to think over the word. So this is the power of word. In all the parts of speech, permanently unchangeable these words are. Second type of grammar that we study in the form of professional grammar. Professional, or in other words we can say structural. functional, changeable, temporary. These words can be given to our structural grammar and functional grammar. Basically, we start this from verb, modals, auxiliaries, tense, voice, narration. We study all these topics fundamentally in professional, structural, functional, changeable or temporary grammar. For writing well, for learning well, for reading well, for listening well, these things are required. How a man can speak well, how a man can read well, how a man can listen well and correctly, accurately, when he uses 100% present sense of mind. How he can become natural, how he can become common. These are the simple questions in front of us comes in reference to language. If we have nature around us, we can take this lesson from the nature. How the nature plants communicate each other, how the birds communicate each other, animals communicate each other. Do they have any grammar? No grammar they have. Just they are dependent upon the sound and light. Through these chords and decodings, they try to speak each other, they try to communicate each other. So, for a learner, for a scholar, it is the essential thing, it is very necessary that he is to go through some sort of linguistics of the language. He should know the phonetics of the language, then he will go through the understanding of the different type of reading, writing, listening and speaking modules of English. So, by the imagination and imitation, a child who gets admission in the school, he try to imitate, he try to speak just by copying the things, just by imitating the things. It's a great ideology of Aristotle. Aristotle says that a man learns by imitation. But Plato, who was the guru, who was the teacher of Aristotle, he says that everything whatsoever we have around us in the form of creativity that has come on this surface of reality just by one idea. This is the one idea that can change your whole life. Swami Vivekananda, who was the greatest philosopher, who was the greatest social reformer, multi-dimensional, multi-sided personality of the world, he addressed the whole nation by saying that if you have one idea in your mind, then it can change bad to good and good to bad. So this is the power of one. Likely that our ideas, our thoughts make our life. It provides us success in learning the language. Learning the language, our old doctrines and all fundamentals, all concept of English grammar and all our principles of language help us in knowing actualities, realities of the language. So worldly people around them, they have different parts of speech. They have different objects. They have name behind them. Everything in the world has a name behind them. So that is the form of noun. Very simply we can understand. Among them, our human body is a part of that universe. Our human body, which is composed by 5 elements: air, fire, soil, sky and water. These elements are in human being, only and only in man. So man is the unique figure of the materialistic noun. Man is the part of materialism. We are to understand this thing. Another secondary materialistic things we have around us in the form of gold, paper, plastic, stone, a number of things that are used to compose another things that are called materialistic things. How to make them similar to plural? How to change their gender? How to explain their cases? Students, we will learn this knowledgeable, informative, instructive and directive speech that is very essential for the learner. There are two kinds of noun that we study basically. One is that material kind of noun. What is that? Material noun. Second one is abstract noun. In material noun, we have discussed there are 5 kinds of noun: air, fire, soil, sky and water. What are the abstract noun? Yes, who will tell? Abstract noun is the name of that words which are used for the things that cannot be washed, the things that cannot be seen, things that cannot be transferred, but only can be felt. That things only can be observed. For example, if we say father, mother, brother, sister, student, sportsman, what kind of word are these? Just think about these words. These words simply are counted in common noun. These words are the common nouns. Father is a common noun, but it can be transformed, converted into abstract noun. Then it will become fatherhood. By using the word hood in the end of the word, we make it fatherhood, motherhood, brotherhood, sisterhood, studentship and sportsmanship. What changes has come in the word? Only changes has come just by adding another words, hood and ship, and the word has become abstract. Means that things only can be felt, that can be observed, that can be examined and evaluated. So what is the difference between experiment and experience? This is the great difference between experience and experiment. Materialistic things is the form of experiment and abstract is the form of experience. Gentlemen, students, scholars, learners must go through these fundamentals. These fundamentals will help them to understand the originalities, actualities, naturalities of language. Our language that we use, what's the meaning of language in English? Not only in English but in all expressions. What is the language? Expression of our thoughts. It is an expression of our thoughts. What do we think? We express through the words. That is learned by the language. This is the use of language. In 4 modules of learning: listening, speaking, reading and writing. Fundamentally, we are to prepare our body to listen, our ears that listen. If we listen 100% correctly, then we can speak 100% correctly. If we are the good speaker, we will speak with the 100% energy of our mind, then this energy changed into the writing skill and we become 100% expert of writing. Like that, a learner can become skilled in all parts, all kinds of linguistic things, just by providing its 100% energy to the more different modules. So, our body helps in speaking every word correctly, but daily we are to be familiar and friendly with the natural words. What are the natural words of English grammar? That we use whenever we make any sentence, whenever we think for formation of sentence, we say that, we use that I for the speaker. We in the form of plural, in the form of speaker. This is non, this is read, this is you have gone through. As on the behalf of speaker we use I and we. If someone is listener there, then we use you word for them. And if there is the person about whom we talk, then we say he, she, it and they. He, she and it and they, these are the third person pronoun. We count it in third person pronoun. So in any kind of discussion, conversation, dialogue writing, story writing, narrative, paragraph writing, in any kind of skill, we use three things mainly. So gentlemen, you are to prepare yourself fundamentally for speaking. I. When you will speak I with a 100% present sense of mind, with full of your energy, then a lot of ideas automatically it will try to generate in your mind, and you will be able to speak a lot of ideas. And you will speak we. Then your mind will support you to speak. From the first person pronoun, second personal pronoun you, and third person pronoun he, she, it and they. These are the linguistic drivers. These are the drivers of speaking. These are the drivers of listening, reading, writing. Learners, scholars, pay attention on these words. When you will think this word in your mind, then these words time and again will be repeated by you. But you are to be common, familiar, natural with these words. These grammatical words. Not only these words, but you will use some other words in sentence. In making sentence, you will use their auxiliaries and helping verbs. Like ismr for showing the present, was were for the past. What are these words? These words in English we study as be, has, have and had. What are these words? These words we study in English as have. Do, does, did. These words we use as do. It's the category of do, it's the category of have,